Then we have Peacemakers, Horrors of War. There's a little spoiler because my review for the game will just come out in just a few days. But I can already tell you that this is an S rank game. Hey everyone, this is Attackers and welcome back to the next iteration in my little series where I talk about the games that I've played last month. We have July now, Captain Obvious, so I will be talking about June. These are all the games that I've played, and this time it actually exactly fits in the grid here. Because usually I have a few more games and I have to put them on top, so that is fine. These are all the games that I played last month. Like the ones here at the top I've played the most, and then when we go down I've played them a little bit less, so I kind of sorted them by place this time. Keep in mind that this is just a snapshot. I might rank the same game differently next month just because maybe I just feel like playing it more next month, right? So it always can vary a little bit. There are some games that are always in the same rank because I like them this much or this little, but it can always vary a little bit. So don't take this too serious, right? And of course, I usually also choose a lot of games that I like to play. So this is why most games are in the upper half here, right? Instead of the lower half. This month it might be a little bit different because maybe you can see it already because I have played a lot of obscure games. So there might actually be quite a few games in here that I didn't like as much. Alright, so grab yourself a cup of tea and let's go. In the beginning of June, I was on vacation. That is why I played a lot of Gallus Grip. And if you know my channel, you know that I love Gallus Grip. Yeah, I always take it with me pretty much often when I'm going places because it's an 18 card in-hand card game. You can play it while standing up, while sitting. You don't need a table. Really simple solo game, but really fun and strategic as well. I just love it. Slay the Spire. Also S tier game. I just released my video why this is so far my #1 game of 2024. Amazing game. I gave it the Gold Surthek's Ace of Games Award because it's just so great. Bärenpark, also clear S tier game for me. One of my most favorite polyomino tile laying games where puzzle together your little Bärenpark, a little bear park. Really amazing game. I don't have the expansion yet, but I definitely want that as well because it's just amazing. I just love it. And there's a custom solo mode on Board Game Geek. I will show to you at some point, when I get the chance to record this, and that one actually works quite well. Then we have Peacemakers, Horrors of War, the remake, so to speak, or the reimagining of Dawn of Peacemakers by Snorri Design. And as you may know, I love all games by Snorri Design, and this is no difference. There's a little spoiler because my review for the game will just come out in just a few days, very, very soon, next week. But I can already tell you that this is an S rank game. I will not say a whole lot more because I would like you to watch my review. It's definitely worth watching, seriously, but it's definitely S tier game for me. So far everything is S tier, but these are the games I've played the most last month. Then we have the Black Stories. Usually I like Black Stories. These are just you just play cooperatively, beginning at 2 players and up to, doesn't really matter, an unlimited number of players, so to speak. And one player is the storyteller, picks a card from the deck, and then just reads the story that is on there. And there's one sentence that you read out to everybody else, and then they ask you questions. You can only answer with yes and no, and they're trying to find out what happened. Usually these are death cases or murders or whatever, right? That's why they're called Black Stories. Usually I would give them something about an A or B. This particular one, actually this one has risen in rank a little bit. This party edition here was a clear D or C for me, but it's gotten better, so I will give it a B. It's always a good time. People like to play this quite a bit. It's just fun. It's just great to have always this deck of cards with you, and then you can always play this. Doesn't matter the player count, as long as you don't play solo, of course. Challenges. I don't know what I gave it last time. Challenges is a very cool game. I like it a lot. I think I will give it an A because I like to play it. But I've played it now, I think 8 to 10 times solo, something like that. I've played it a few, in person as well, and it's a good game, but it starts getting stale a little bit when you start to know, get to know the cards if you don't know them better and stuff. So yeah, it's an A for me at the moment. I won't give it a B because it's a very decent game, but it definitely is an S tier. Skyrim's clear S tier game. One of my most favorite deck builders. Not my favorite ones, right? There are a few deck builders I like more, but this one is just so accessible, right? And the app is just great, and I just keep playing it in the app. And also I played solo quite a bit, like Skyrim's Frontiers. You can play solo. I will show that to you at some point as well. The Last Lighthouse. The latest game, a Button Shy Games, the latest game that I got, and this one is great. I'm a little bit conflicted. I think I will give it an S at the moment because I really like it a lot. But that can change. I don't know what happens if I play it like another 10 times. I don't know. But I've played it like 4 or 5 times already and I like it quite a bit. Minecraft Explorers. Spoiler, I have recorded a video on that and I will release that soonish. Small little card game in the Minecraft universe, very recent, just came out, I think, was just released, and you can play it solo on up to 4 players, and it's good. It's very luck driven, and that is a little bit the issue I have, because it seems like you're very dependent on the luck of the draw, but I like it. It's a very simple game, very easy to explain, very quick to play. I like it quite a bit. Cartographers, clear S tier game. I love the game, and now that it's a board game arena, I play it even more. That is great. So yeah, great game. Abyss Conspiracy. Interesting. This is like Abyss is a very cool card game actually. I like it quite a bit, and I thought of getting into my collection, but I just didn't get it because I don't know. It's a good game, but I don't think it would stay in my collection very long. Now they have Conspiracy. That's like a smaller version of Abyss, a smaller, quicker version, and I like it. I like it quite a bit. I will give this an A actually. I definitely want to play this more often. I don't know if it will ever go into my collection because it does have a solo mode that works quite well also. But yeah, I like this quite a bit. The Cubes of Europe. I will also give this an A. This is not a fully released game. This is like a print and play game for the 9-card print and play game design contest this year, and it is good. It is really good. I like it. I hope they will do more with this. Now it's not only a solo game anymore. I think now there's also a multiplayer mode. So very, very cool. Like it's like Castle Burgundy in your pocket, right? Death Valley. If you know my channel, you know how much I like Death Valley. One of my most favorite Button Shy games ever. I just absolutely love it. Dicey Cards. That's one of the first weird ones. It's a game where you have like specific cards with specific things you need to reach, like pairs and sets and things like that, right? And then you're like trying to roll dice and trying to like have as many points as possible by activating one of these cards. And then you turn that card over, and you can also like freeze cards of the opponent, so the opponent cannot use those anymore to score. It is okay, but it didn't really land with me. It's okay. I would play it again, which means I will put it in C. Because yes, I would play it again. Would I choose to play it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Keep the Heroes Out. I just had my live stream on the channel. I will also extract that gameplay and release it as a regular video as well. This one is just great. It's one of the best games in my opinion. It is one of my top cooperative games. Might be like rank 3 or 4 for the cooperative games I like the most. Really great game. Just almost perfect. Spirit Island, same thing. Spirit Island is actually, I think, is Spirit Island my most favorite cooperative game? No, I think that's Aeon's End. But right after that would be Spirit Island. I just love Spirit Island, especially with the expansions. It's just so great. I've like kind of like rekindled my love for the game. I always liked the game a lot. I always loved it, but now I just love it even more. I don't know. Something happened that just made me love the game even more. And I just keep playing it at the moment. Quests Over Coffee. A very cool print and play game. I've actually backed the physical version of that. Yeah, I will give that an A rank. It's a very good print and play game. Yeah, it's very luck driven, but it's just easy to get out. It's very quirky and charming. I like it quite a bit. Three Sisters. I have just released my video for that, and this game is good. It's a good, decent roll and write. It works very well. Also, the solo mode works very well. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It doesn't really do that. There are roll and write games I enjoy more in flip and write games, so I will give this a solid B, I would say. It is a decent game. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it doesn't have to be. Trekking Through History. This one surprised me. This one is good. I've had this on my list for a while, and I just had the chance to get like a copy at a pretty decent price. So I thought, like, you know what, I'm gonna get this because I'm always on the lookout for like good family weight games. Because I don't play them myself too much solo, a little bit, not too much, but I always like to have like 10 to 20 good family weight games just to play with the in-laws, with friends, right? So I got this and I like it quite a bit. It's not quite S rank. It's not that great, but it's good. It's very good. It's a very good family weight game. So it deserves an A for now. Ian's End. I mean, come on. If you know my channel, clear S game. It's my most favorite solo game, and it's like one of my most favorite board games ever. So yeah, definitely. Arcadia Quest. I just bought this off a colleague recently. The box is quite damaged, but the miniatures are all painted and stuff, and I've had this on my list for a while, and I got it for a really good price. So I played this once, like two-handed, and I liked it. I'm not quite sure yet how much I like it. Is this a game I will keep in my collection for a long time? I think I will keep it for a while because it does something that no other game does in my collection. I was just recently asking my neighbor if he knows of any PvE games. Like games where you play against other players but also against other enemies. And that is pretty much it. This is like the game that does that. And it's pretty cool. I'm not comfortable giving it an A yet. I will give it a B for now. But it does have the potential to rise up the ranks up to rank A. It really does. Then we have Arcana Rising, a game I'm now selling off. I just recorded a playthrough for you that I will publish quite soon. And it's a pretty cool game. It has a very cool mechanism where you have to choose what to do with your drafted card. Do you put it into your engine? Or do you use it to just use your engine? Not to like extend your engine, make it better, but to actually just use your engine and get resources. Pretty cool concept. The longevity is not great, so I've played it like often enough that I'm saying, okay, I've seen most of it, but it's a pretty cool game. Then we have Baby Dinosaur Rescue. Yeah, that is pretty much like a children's game, but it was just they just added this on Board Game Arena. I thought, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm also interested in children's game. I mean, sure. I mean, always interested in that as well. And this one is a pretty decent one. It is very luck driven and it's like pretty clear what you're doing, right? But I mean, I'm not. You shouldn't be looking at this through your own eyes, but through the eyes of a child, as Raymond would say. And yeah, this is a pretty decent family game, a children's game. I won't put it in A. I think there are better ones for that, but I will give it a solid B. Yeah, definitely. Balloon Pop. That made you roll dice and then you just cross off like the balloons you rolled on a sheet of paper from bottom to top, right? And like each column has a different like balloon type, like color. And like whenever you have like a specific number of balloons like at the very top, then the game stops. So you try to like equal out pretty much like the balloons you get there. It was okay. It was okay. Would I play it again? Yeah, I guess. Do I like it as much as Dicey Cards, which I didn't like that much anyway? I don't think so. I think I will have to give it this a D. It's okay, you can play it, but it's definitely nothing to write home about. Bandito, it's always a solid game. I like this. S would be too much, but I think I will give it an A. It's definitely a very solid game that I always like to pull out and play. Well, not in person anymore. I actually sold off my physical copies because I played on Board Game Arena mainly or on the app. So, but it's still, because it takes just so much table space, right? But it's a pretty nice game. Then we have Better, that fish game here. I've told you that I played some pretty obscure games, and this one, like the idea of the game is pretty cool. They're like patterns you're trying to reach, and I think you have like a common fish bowls that all players use, and you're trying to get like specific patterns that give you points. The cool thing is all the cards are transparent, so similar to something like Canvas or something, where you like overlay the cards over one another, and because they're transparent, you can also see the cards below it. It's a pretty cool concept, but the game itself was pretty lackluster. Again, if you begged me to play it, I would, but I would not choose it. Casa Bernie, of course, clear S. If I have to give this an S. It's like one of the best games ever. my top 3 games still. Coloretto. This is similar to to Triqueta, a game that I really like that just released a little while ago. Actually, Triqueta is like similar to Coloretto because Coloretto is older. And both are different enough. I like Triqueta a lot more, but Coloretto isn't bad either. Would I give Coloretto an A? I think not at the moment. I think it's a good game. And I actually like to play it quite a bit at the moment, but it's not quite A rank for me. Not yet. Then we have Crisps. Crisps is some kind of a ladder climbing game, although with a few changes, so it's not a pure ladder climbing game, but it's quite similar to that. You can actually play this just with a regular deck of cards. You don't need the game for that, right? And it's solid for what it does. It's quite luck driven, but it's quite solid for what it does. Let's say, like the regular game, if I bought it, I would give it a C probably. But if I say, okay, I'm going to rank the game on the basis of how I like it to play with regular playing cards, because I just need a deck of playing cards, and this is one of the games that I can play, then I would give it a B. So I'm going to be nice and give it a B, because I actually like those simple card games quite a bit. So I'll put it there for now. But only for the, like, if you play with regular deck of playing cards. I would buy the game myself. Dark Tomb, a Kickstarter that I backed, and I actually backed both versions because it looked really good, and it's a bit disappointing. I did not really have fun playing it. I will record it for the channel at some point because, well, I think you would like to see it, but I didn't like it too much. So it also doesn't quite work really, right? It's very luck driven as well, and it's like, it's not very fun. It's quite boring actually, quite stale. So I will give it a C. I can't give it a D. I think that's a little bit too harsh. But let me give it a C. Distilled is a game I really love. Definitely giving this an S. Just played it again, and you will see a video quite soon on that, because I sold off my German copy because I got an English copy, a review copy. So I will play that for you on the channel quite soon. Escape is a pretty cool real-time dice game. But you know that because I have already released my video of that, I think. It depends on like when I release this video here. Either Escape has just released 3 days ago, or it will release in 3 days. So maybe you've seen it yet. If not, it will release very soon. I've recorded a solo playthrough and I like the game. I've sold it off just because it doesn't really fit in my collection. But I would always play this with you if you asked me. So I will give this an A. This is a fun, real-time dice rolling game. It even works well solo. Flowers is another quite obscure game that I played. And this one was quite fun actually. Like the puzzle of you always need to like put cards in your tableau. And like all fours need to be in groups of fours, the threes in group of threes, and these things. And that works quite well. But it's not amazing, but it's not bad. So I would give it a B. It was just solid. Right down the middle. Geek Out Masters. This is such a weird game. It's a push your luck game, and you have like really like geeky dice, and so in general I like push your luck games, and this game also works, but it is a little bit too complicated for what it's trying to do. So I can't give this a really high rank. I will give this a C. It's a novelty. It's fun to play it once or twice, but that's pretty much it. Gingerbread House I like a lot. This is like in the series of Bären Park, Gingerbread House, and Llamaland. I didn't play Llamaland last month actually, so I need to get it out this month again. Llamaland and Bären Park both S rank for me. Gingerbread House is also very good, but it's only A rank, because the other two are definitely better. Then we have Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. I will just put this in A for now, just because of mainly because of the feat it is to actually condense Gloomhaven in such a small solo game. I don't know, maybe it will stay in A. I haven't played it like for a few weeks now, so I will also bring you a video on that quite soon. The Great American Fox Hunt. Man, that is a weird game as well. A theme I don't like at all. Fox Hunt, I mean, hunting animals is nothing that I want to do. Neither in real life nor in a game. I also didn't like the artwork too much, and the game was like really luck driven. You have like rows, and you put like your hunters in a row, and then you turn over the card of that row like an animal, and then you see like, is your number as high as the animals? Yeah, cool, then you can take it. If not, then you don't. So there's a little bit of risk management, because you can also like group several hunters to have like a higher number. But man, this is just luck driven, and I didn't like this at all. I didn't like the artwork, I didn't like the theme, and I also didn't like the gameplay too much. So I don't like to talk too negative about games, but this is one of them I didn't like. Harbor by Scott Alps. It's a little bit older game. Well, it's not that old, but just a little bit, and I think it's quite unknown. I just got this for a pretty decent price, so I wanted to try it out, and I think it's pretty cool. I played it solo. I would play it between A and B. I can't really decide. I will give it the benefit of a doubt for now. I will put it into A because I think it has a lot of potential. I might put it into B next time, but it's pretty decent. I like it. It's like a resource management and worker placement game kind of, and like a very small box, quite small footprint, and it works pretty well. Jump Drive is like a very condensed and reduced Race for the Galaxy, and it was okay. It was just okay. I didn't love it, but it was okay. Let's give it a B. I think a B is fine. Then we have Level 10. Level 10 is a cooperative game with limited communication, similar to the game and Tranquility. Tranquility being an amazing game, the game being a pretty good game. And I liked Level 10 a lot. Giving it an A would probably be a little bit too much, right? But you know what? I'm doing this like I'm doing like a snapshot, and I really like Level 10. So I will give it an A. Come on. Then we have 9 Minute Kingdom. I recorded a video on that, and I still need to publish that actually, which is actually not true because I already released the video. That was kind of stupid. And it's also a decent game. I will give this a B. I think this is a pretty decent game. I had fun playing it while it lasted. I played a few sessions. The boss was a little bit too large for me. Because like only a very small part of that was actually soloable. The rest was multiplayer based, and I don't play this multiplayer. I only played it solo, so that's why I sold it off. But it's a pretty decent game. It's not bad. And Panic Lab. All right, another obscure one. This is so weird. I don't even know how to explain this. You have like a circle of like different like blobs and with different colors and shapes. And then you turn over another blob, and then you kind of have to like go like in your mind go down the circle and try to find like the right one of these monsters, right? There are like a few rules in place. This is like a weird game. So everybody's like staring at the circle, and you're trying to find like the right monster as quickly as possible by going through these rules. I did not like this at all. I only played it digitally, and I only played it solo. So maybe in person with other people it's fun, more fun maybe, but this was actually one of my lowlights last month. I did not enjoy playing this at all. So let me put it right here. Okay, so then we have Patchwork. Clear S rank game, one of the best to-play games out there. There also is a solo mode there, an official one. I will also show that one to you soonish. Pop-Up Pirate, an old children's game. I mean, of course, this is not really a game. It's more like an activity, right? I can't give this higher than a D, right? But we have like one of those here because it's just fun. It's just stupid fun, right? So just giving it a D doesn't mean that I hate it, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't have it in my collection. But it's just stupid fun, right? I can't give this more than a D. Seriously. Quicks. Quicks is always tough to rank. I have no idea where I ranked it last time. And it's always like between A and S for me, but I can't give it an S, I think. There are definitely better roll and write games, but this is so simple, so clean. I really like it a lot. Okay, then we have Road to 300. That was also a pretty weird one. And also an abstract game, which I usually don't like too much, but this one wasn't too bad actually. You like always had like, you were always rolling dice, and you're moving around on that grid of numbers. And the like you always choose like 2 dice that are your coordinates, right? And so you're moving around here and trying to not block yourself, but visit as many of these squares as possible to get like a higher score. This actually wasn't too bad, I gotta admit. It's not perfect. I think it gets a little bit stale after a few games, but it really wasn't all too bad. Still, I will have to give this a C. I can't give it like a B, I think. But it actually was better than I thought. I looked at this first and thought like, oh, that's a D rank game for the next video. But no, actually, it was quite decent. I would give it like a C plus or something. Seal on paper, I absolutely love this. S rank game for sure. Yes, it's simple, but it's adorable artwork and it's very simple to play. It's a lot of fun, so I like this a lot. Then we have Saikatsu. Also quite an interesting game where you position trees and birds in a specific pattern, like in a grid. And it was a pretty decent and fun tile laying game, but still nothing that I really, really loved, right? So, will I put it in this row or in C? No, I did think I will put it in C. The B games are all better. So, let me put them right here. Snack Rabbits. Snack Rabbits is a very simple push your luck game, like very family friendly, right? I mean, it's a cute theme with rabbits and with vegetables, and it's very, very simple to play. But it's nothing like really special. It's not bad. I would give it a B. I have it in my collection because it's like very simple, very easy family game you can just take out and play in quite short time. That's why I have it. So it's not bad for that. Spellbook was also quite a weird one, if I may be honest. You get like tokens and you like try to collect like sets of tokens, and then you can use these tokens on cards to get like specific spells, to cast these spells, and these then either give you points for the end of the game or they give you like special abilities during the game. And in theory the game works well, but I found it to be quite unbalanced. And also it was okay to play. I don't know how often I will play it, so I will give this a C as well. But this game does have potential to rise up higher if I play it more often. I might want to give it a B then, but I didn't really enjoy it too much. Then we have Trek 12, and that one is also quite a decent roll and write. I found the puzzle quite engaging of how you put like your numbers right next to each other, right? There are a few rules where you can put numbers. So it kind of reminded me a little bit of On Tour, just simpler and with a pretty cool theme as well. So yeah, I think I could give it a B. It was a pretty decent roll and write. This also has potential to rise a little bit higher. I'm not quite sure yet, but I like this. Yeah, I think I'd like to play this for you at some point. I don't have it in physical form. I played it online, but still, not bad. Trekking the World. There are quite a few fans of this game, and while I really like trekking through history, as I said right here, Trekking the World from the same series I didn't like as much. I think it's okay. I can't give this a C. I will give it a B because it's definitely a functioning and quite decent game, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. Then with Tor Dice. I like this game as well. Also a pretty decent roll and write. It has some really cool ideas. I don't like it as much as the original version. I will give this also a B for now. This also has potential to go up to an A, but I'm not the biggest fan of the game. And then Tossy Mussy, one of my most favorite. Button Shy Games by Elizabeth Hargrave, definitely an S rank game. And that is my ranking of all the games I've played last month. It's better than I thought. Yes, there are less S and A ranks as usual because I played like a lot of obscure games, and a lot of them quite a few of them I didn't like. But there were also a few that weren't too bad. There were a lot of new games this time. I think like probably a third of the games here, or maybe a quarter, I played for the first time. So I was just trying out a lot of new stuff, and yeah, that was very interesting. So that's my list. What games did you play last month? Let me know. What were your highlights and your lowlights? I'd really love to know. And apart from that, as usual, I'm thankful for all of you. Especially I want to give a shout out to my generous patrons. And the biggest thanks go out to Thaganor and Ryan Hall for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for your generosity. You can support me by watching, liking and commenting on my videos. You can also subscribe to my channel if you like my content enough. That would be amazing. You can support me on Patreon and you can join my Discord server to hang out with me and my truly amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone. Stay safe and cheers.